So my friend got me, well, I asked her to get me one, a weed pen, and it's a sativa. Well, it's like a blend, I'm sure, but I think it's like mostly sativa. And I took the babiest of hits. Like I took it out of the package. I didn't even know what I was doing. Like I didn't know if it was working, So I just like quickly took like that. I didn't even hold it. And I instantly felt like, whoa, oh, ooh. I felt weird. So I took this really long shower and then I felt really sleepy and I went and laid down for like 10, 15 minutes. And then I went to a party in a courtyard with it was like a bunch of kids running around and my parents were there. It was like in their courtyard along with these other people. And I just like went inside their house for like 20 minutes and just stayed in there with Pete. Just like hid.
It didn't
It's
freak you
weird.
out? I feel as the look, I can't even go to the bathroom when I'm high because I'll pee. I've never pooped while I'm high because it's something I feel like I'm too in tune with my existence already as it is and having something. So I've never, ever gone number two while high, and I never will. And granted, I'm not high that often, but I feel as though if I had a kid, it would really, the potential is there to send me into a spiral. Like that thing, especially if I was you, a woman, a mother, like that thing came out of me, it grew inside of me, and now it's just sitting next to me and it's talking.
I don't think that would freak me out. I think that'd be like, wow, that is wild.
But this stuff is very strong these days.
I don't know how I could ever like take a full hit.
What are you going to do tonight? You're going to do something tonight?
No, I'm going to the gym after this.
A late night gym run?
Yeah, because I didn't go yesterday. I meant to go yesterday, but then I smoked that teensy little bit of pot and went to that party instead.
How late's the gym open?
It's open 24 hours.
24 fucking hours. What is this? A sports life?
Gold's Gym.
Gold's. That's the hardcore. I can't believe you're going to Gold's Gym. That's where
the one that's closest to me.
That's the one where the real people go to work out. Like, don't get in their fucking way because they're lifting the weights and they've got a schedule that they have to adhere to. There's a lift schedule, and if you're the noob, they're not going to put up with that.
I know. I do feel insecure. So that's why I sort of got a personal not personal, but, semi-personal training. And then just to help me understand what to do. And then there's also a ladies only section. And so I hide up there pretty much every time.
Do they have weights there? Are they colored pink?
Oh, everything is there. No, they're not. They're not colored pink.
They have the rubber around them. I feel as though ladies' weights, it's not just the iron. You'll have the rubber coating.
No, I wish they did actually have a rubber coating because it hurts my hands.
You gotta get those gloves.
I know. Those people have those stinky weightlifting gloves.
Are you meeting any dudes there?
No.
You could, though. That's a good spot.
I don't feel good at the gym. Like I feel like I like what I'm doing, but so I have reverse body dysmorphia. Like normal people who have body dysmorphia that look great, and then when they see themselves in the mirror, they think that they're overweight and fat and ugly. I have reverse where like I feel great in my body. I feel fine. I like it. I feel small. I feel so petite and small. And then when I'm working out and I see myself in the mirrors that, cover gyms like that, I'm like, whoa, that's a fat lady's body.
Are you sure? Are you sure though that they're not putting up these funhouse mirrors where you look fatter than you really are? I wouldn't put that past them.
I don't think so because other people, huh?
I wouldn't put that past them.
I don't know.
You got to stay here longer.
Listen, my clothes also reflect that this is a fat lady's body.
Well, I still think look, here's what you do. You get, on the bench press, you put some weight on. Nothing that's really too much for you to lift. Nothing that'll crush you. But you pretend you can't lift it and it's stuck on your chest and then a man comes.
Help.
No, you don't even have to do that voice. You don't have to always get hypersexual. You can just, help me. Help. And then a man will come over and it won't be the one you want. You'll have your eyes on one stud and you'll get the dud.
I have seen some cute guys there.
Yeah. I think this is a real world opportunity.
Yeah.
Look, you need a man in your life, else it's not complete.
Yeah, I know.
I would say that, for most women that they don't, but with you, clearly you do. You get too lonely.
Well, that's why I'm getting a dog.
I wouldn't get the dog, but whatever.
I'm getting a dog.
Okay. How much does the gym cost you? How much is the dog going to cost you? That's what I'm trying to. Okay, this can lead into our topic finally.
Okay,
Bam!
good.
Bam! Do it.
Welcome to One Topic, where we stick to one topic. My name is Autumn Fisher.
What is this? What are you speaking into? I can't see you. I have so many tabs up on my computer.
A Celsius can.
Oh, there it is. I finally found the video.
I'm speaking to a Celsius can.
What is Celsius?
It is essential energy, accelerates metabolism, burns body fat.
Who makes this?
No high fructose corn syrup, no aspartame, which is great because so many of these energy drinks that I like are full of aspartame and I don't like the way it tastes. No preservatives, no artificial colors or flavors. 7 essential vitamins proven in 6 published university studies.
Is it still an independent? They're putting. Wait, hold on. I'm not going to jump back to what you just said. They're
Celsius
writing on. They're writing on their can that studies have been performed on this drink. This is part of their marketing on the actual product.
Yeah, Celsius proprietary Meta Plus formula, including blah blah blah, does things. Drinking Celsius prior to fitness activities is proven to energize, accelerate metabolism, burn body fat, and calories.
Proven.
Apparently.
Yeah, Adderall.
You're not allowed to have more than 2 a day, it says.
No aspartame, but Adderall has been
It's full of cocaine.
crushed and sprinkled in.
It does look like it's a...
No more than 2 a day. This is like a Flintstones chewable where you're only allowed to have
Boca
one a day.
Raton, which is Rat Mouth, Florida.
I used to get. I know you brought that up before. It's a strange name. I used to get very upset that I can only have one Flintstones chewable a day. I wanted to eat them like candy, like Pez, I should say.
Oh.
I've been eating Pez nonstop. I bought a pound bag of Pez, and we've blown through that in less than a week.
Where do you get a pound bag
Online.
of Pez?
You just don't order it online. It comes right to your door. It's got all the flavors. It's got lemon, orange, grape, strawberry, cherry, and raspberry, which I'm not a big fan of.
And now Christina's like you. She likes the candy.
Yeah. We're bad. We enable each other.
Does she have the same metabolism like you do?
Yeah, seemingly. She is much
Lucky.
younger than me. We'll see. Maybe not everyone can
Yeah.
be gifted with such a metabolism.
Such like the perfect balance of probably hypoglycemia, that like allows you to have that much sugar.
My therapist the other day, I was talking about my eating habits. She wanted me to like walk her through a day so she could live vicariously through me. She's like, just list it all. She was getting off to it. She's like, I wake up and I eat an ice cream cookie sandwich and 2 mochi. Then I have a bowl of Frosted Flakes. Then I have a handful of Pez. Not loose Pez. They do come in the packs. Just because I'm not fat doesn't mean I don't have diabetes. Did I tell you that I made a doctor's appointment for January? And then the date came and I pushed it. And then I made it for February. And the date came and I pushed it to March. And the date came and I pushed it to April. I just pushed it again to May. We'll see.
Why?
Because I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to get in there and have them tell me that you're fucking dying because you can't take care of yourself. Because you eat nothing but sugar. And when you go to London, you order Taco Bell delivery to the Airbnb. Or when you're at your cousin's wedding in Virginia Beach and you've been having drinks and you're sitting at the hotel bar, which is still serving food, but you look at it, you're like, I don't like any of this. Let's order Wendy's. And then you have Wendy's delivered to the hotel.
Wow.
This is the new thing. I'm not really a fast food person, but for whatever reason at this point, I'm really enjoying some fast food.
Huh. I wonder why. Maybe you're lacking in protein.
I think I'm lacking in everything. So this drink that you're having could be good for me if it has the vitamins and nutrients that are needed, even though you can't have more than 2 a day. Does it make your pee neon?
No, but I don't really know because I take a lot of other vitamins and my pee is not yellow or neon or anything. It's just normal.
Neon's the best. I love neon pee.
I remember, so I posted, like I made a TikTok where I was refilling my, vitamin or whatever, like my pill case. And I just liked it for the ASMR of it. But somebody commented saying expensive neon pee, maker or something like that. And that's when I realized, oh, is my pee supposed to be neon? Maybe I have the right kind that absorb properly or something and don't just go through you to your pee. Don't know.
To me, the neon means it's working, even though it doesn't actually mean anything.
Well, I think it means it's passed through you.
Yeah, you have too much of whatever it is.
Yeah, it hasn't been absorbed.
The B vitamin will do that, but I like it.
I take B, and I don't. I'm not neon.
I look in there, and if that's how I gauge my health. Once there was a dump that was tan, like clay, and I was like, my liver's done. My liver's dying.
Why? What does that mean? Your liver?
Some of those enzymes help color it darker.
Oh, really?
And if it's not functioning properly, yeah, it'll have a string of lightened poops. It's the second time
sometimes mine are light.
Yeah, sometimes I think it's fine, but and this was only once for me, but I was convinced. Anyway, so you're having this drink, and this is your prep for the gym, to the late night Gold's gym that costs what? What is that? What is it?
It's under, I think it's like 20 something, maybe less dollars a month.
So this is Gold's more of a bare, it's bare bones ish, right? There's nothing luxury about a Gold gym.
Well, what's luxury? What's in a luxury
Equinox. Gym? I don't even know what that. I don't know what goes on in Equinox, but I know Equinox costs a couple $100s a month for one location. And if you want access to all of them, you're going to be paying even more than that. I do feel like Equinox is several $1,000s a year. And
wow.
You go in and you have access to who knows what. Nice lounges and
like maybe juice bars and things.
Yeah, which I'm sure you still have to pay for. You're not getting the juice for free.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't call it bare bones, but it's a muscle workout gym. So like I think there's some like Mr. Universe people that work out there. Like when I was signing up, the person was giving me the tour and then was, telling me something about, muscle building, bodybuilder competition people work out there. And I was like, okay, don't give a shit. I'm interested in the chair that massages you. And I'm interested in the sauna and the ladies area. That's what I'm interested in.
I guess Equinox is only a New York City thing. Maybe it started to expand. I don't know, but 34 New York City locations. They have eucalyptus infused towels, an iris scanner.
Ooh, that's nice.
Is it? What does that even do? Why? It's
just an experience. It enhances the experience. It's like lingerie on a woman.
They have pools. I don't know if they all have pools. They have spa treatments, a 5-hour fitness assessment.
5 hours? I'd be like, yeah, can we cut that down to like 30 minutes?
Yeah, so the eucalyptus towels are chilled. They have Kiehl's products in the locker rooms.
Ooh, see, that's nice.
They have a cycling studio.
Yep, they have that at Gold's.
But this is the studio itself is tiered and nicely lit, and it feels like the Roman Colosseum apparently. Okay. And I'd be paying over double for what my gym down the street charged for roughly the same size workout area and a slightly elevated experience with bigger locker rooms and a steam room. $500 initiation fee, and the cheapest plan is $2,200 a year.
How much is that a month? I can't do the math.
Yeah, do some quick math. You got a calculator. But then it says there's worldwide locations, so maybe it's not just a New York thing. I have no fucking clue because I see Equinox and I say go to
a lot. 166.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. When I was going to the New York Sports Club, which was in my mind going to be this really nice place, it depended on which one you went to. Some were nicer than others, but I for some reason thought I'm going to travel around and try them all. So I paid $70 a month for the all access pass. And when I said this is stupid, I downgraded it to $20 a month for the one location. But they still every once a year then tack on an additional $80 annual fee.
Oh.
And they're so hard to quit. So anyway, the reason I'm asking what it costs is because the topic that we're going to be talking about is you getting out of your debt. You wanted to talk about
Yeah.
debt in general, but I'm doing an assessment for you. I'm going to do
Oh, okay.
some rough math as we go along. So you're spending $200 a month. I mean, sorry, not $20 a month on the Gold's Gym.
Well,
27?
since what's that?
27? What was it?
I don't really remember. I think it's
How
under
can you
20.
not remember? This is one of the problems. You have no clue what you spend on things.
Uh,
You just
I don't
you just
know.
go about it. Like, oh no.
Well, I just knew that it was fine. Like, yeah, it's fine. That amount's great. Love it. Thank you.
How many streaming services do you have going on?
I pay for Hulu because everybody I was mooching off of had the commercials. So I bought my own.
What is that? $12 a month? 14?
I think it might be like 13.
Okay. Just for the sake of this, I'll say 13.
I'm sorry. I don't know this shit.
That's just
These are things that aren't as important to me as other things, like knowing Bryan Cranston whistles on his show.
but you're stressed about money.
I'm not stressed.
All right, you're in a
I'm not
better
stressed.
spot. Maybe you're in a better spot then.
I am in a better spot.
Okay.
A great
well,
spot.
Well, that's good. I still think it's interesting that you don't know what things cost. I can understand with streaming services, for example, that you can lose track of them because there are so many at this point, and you
Yeah.
forget that you have one. But I can tell you what they cost. I know that Netflix just upped it to $20.
Yeah. So I pay for Netflix. Okay, my Gold's Gym is $23 a month.
Do they have an annual fee?
I don't know.
Okay, so then
Probably.
Netflix. Which one? Which plan?
Oh, they
you have?
do, but they waived it. I asked them to waive it.
Oh, that's nice of them. A little life hack.
Oh, I just asked for all kinds of stuff. I was like, I want the top tier. Like there were 3 levels, and I wanted the top tier, but I didn't want to have to pay for it. And I was like, can I have the top tier for the middle price? He's like, okay.
What do you get with the top tier?
Use of those chairs that massage you. Oh, and like the access to the tanning, which I don't do because I don't want to get skin cancer.
Of course, Gold Gym would have tanning because that's the
Mhm.
second part of working out. Got to look good. Got to show it off.
Right.
Got to be bronzed.
If they had spray tanning, I'd be in that bitch every week.
So you come out orange.
Hi, they have better technology now.
I used to go to the tanning bed a few times in high
Did
school.
you?
In high school, it was just
Why?
I don't know. It was a thing. It was a thing that people started doing.
Yeah.
And we would go, and I would just go tan a bit. That's
Your
the-
skin can handle it. You have more.
No, I can't handle it. I'm covered in moles. If you get the moles too much exposure to UV, you're gonna get cancer, skin cancer.
I know, but you have the coloring that can handle a little bit more than someone like me.
Why? Because I'm a bit olive.
Yeah, because you can tan. I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm saying your skin can handle it, and mine just burns up.
Yeah, you're like a snow rabbit.
Snow rabbit.
Yeah,
They're brown in the summer.
are they? The snow rabbits are.
The rabbits that are white are brown in the summer, and they turn white when it's winter.
Okay, well, during the winter time.
You think they're white like that all year?
Yeah, I think there's some rabbits that are white all the time. I don't think that's an incorrect statement. I think there's some rabbits that are white constantly.
No, those are bred as pets. There aren't like wild ones unless they're albinos on accident.
What are these things? Chameleons changing color?
Look it up.
Look it up later. I'm glad that you have this trivia, but you don't know.
I don't know how much my Netflix costs.
You don't even know which plan you have. The middle one,
For
I
Netflix?
assume. Yeah. Netflix has a.
Are there different ones
Oh
now?
yeah. They have stupid tiers. The first one is standard definition. That nobody's going to get standard definition at this point. And the fact that they're
Oh,
still
right.
offering it is quite insulting. To say you can get the cheapest one standard. We're past that. Like HD used to be. Remember when it was first introduced? It was a special
Yes.
thing, and you could
Yeah.
get the cable box at HD, and it was going to cost you more. But at this point, standard definition is not a thing that should exist because across the board, access to HD, everything's shot in HD. It's just the way it is.
Right.
So the fact that they're still charging a premium for it, they can rot in hell. But their lowest is standard definition. Then there's a medium. The middle one, I think, is $15 a month. You get
Yeah,
two,
it's $15.50 a month. That's the one that I'm on.
you get 2 simultaneous screens, and you only get HD. You do get the 1080 HD. You don't get 4K. And that's the other thing. Fuck 4K. HD is that's all you need. This
Yeah.
4K thing, is people hear it, they like it. Oh wow, that's fancy. Here's 6K. We're moving into 6K. Get out of here with it. You don't need it. It's not
Well, and
necessary.
doesn't your TV have to be able to handle 4K?
It does also have to be able to handle it, yes.
Yeah.
But, I had the most expensive plan, not because of the 4K, but because it gave you
screen.
4. Yeah, I still lend out my password, and I have several friends who use it, and at some point they gave it to other people, and it was getting out of hand, so I changed the password. And I said, no, it's only for you. Don't give this to other fuckers.
Well, now it looks like for the $20 a month, it says watch on any phone, tablet, computer, or TV. It doesn't seem to have a limit. Oh, no, you're right. Only people who live with you may use your account. Watch on 4 different devices at a time.
Yeah, that thing. I'm surprised they haven't cracked down yet. They know. They know when people
with premium, 2 with standard, 1 with basic. So with the premium, 1 person is getting the Ultra HD 4K, and the other 2. Okay, and then 2 others are getting full HD, and then 1 person is standard definition. So if you have a friend trying to watch Interstellar, and they're the 4th person to be watching, they're fucked.
Oh, they get downgraded. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, I found that you can go through and watch, or you can look at everything everyone's watched on your account if you...
You can?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's how I figured out who was still using it, which everyone
Right.
still is. I was like, when's the last time this person used it? Oh, yesterday. So yes, you can do that. All right, so $15.50 for Netflix.
Yeah.
What do you have? Peacock, probably. You have Paramount
I'm
Plus. You have
stealing my parents' Peacock. I'm stealing Travis's Discovery Plus.
Disney Plus.
Oh, I am. I have some subscription things that I pay for. Like I pay $5 a month, I think, for Kit Boga's Twitch stream.
You're insane.
I pay $5 a month for the special Patreons for Sup podcast.
So just one podcast.
No, they put out a bunch. So what you get is they put out.
Okay, you can promote them. Go ahead.
Sex Unique podcast. It's specific. People aren't gonna just.
You're just
check
spending
it out.
$5 though. Are you spending $5 on each one?
No, and no, not each one. $5 a month. They put out like 5 or 6 episodes a week.
Okay.
And I only do that because of the bonus episode that they give you, and because they're without commercials. And then I also give $5 to for Crying Out Loud, which I keep canceling. And then I'm still on the Patreon Facebook page for that podcast, and something crazy will happen, and they're like, "Oh my god, that story!" And I was like, "Damn it, I just unsubscribed." So I went back and subscribed again.
Who's paying for your Sirius?
I am.
What does that cost you?
I do it annually. I think it's like 200 something. Maybe like 260.
Which package are you doing? The most expensive one that gets you the baseball games, all the baseball and NFL games?
No, I don't give a shit. I like to be able to use it on. I use it on my Alexa, so that might have a little bit of like a digital sort of extra to it. But still, I think it's annually like 260.
I just signed up for the Sirius free 3-month trial.
Yeah.
And then I had it loaded into my car.
Fun.
Yeah, but the thing is, once it's so you can get the car membership, or you can just get the streaming. But if I just got the streaming, I could plug my phone in, which I do already, into my car and use CarPlay, and then get Sirius on it without having to pay for the extra in my car. So if I want to keep it in the end, maybe that's what I'll end up doing.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because I pulled the trigger and got that stupid American Express Platinum card for $695 a year. It's pure opulence. It's disgusting. There's no reason for me to have it. But I had this idea that I'm going to travel, and I want to go to the lounge.
You are going to travel this year. You have a lot of places.
I know. I understand, but there's no need for this thing. I don't even think it's that special anymore. At some point, it was hard to get, and so if you got it, like, oh wow, now they just throw it out to everyone. But they sent me some targeted advertising, so a targeted offer, And I think they know that I've been looking at it. So they say, hey, if you sign up now, you'll get 150,000 points if you spend $6,000 in 6 months. So I was like, that's fine. $1,000 a month. I'll take the 150,000 bonus points, which comes out to be around $3,000. Sure, give it to me. But yeah, I don't know. I was paying with it the other day and felt embarrassed.
Ugh, don't.
Well, because
splurge.
no, because people pop that thing out and look at me. That's right. I've got the platinum.
Yeah, but no one is thinking that that's what you're doing when you do that because of who you are.
Oh, Christina used it the other day in the movie theater, and the guy made a comment. He's like, "Ooh, fancy card for your expensive
So?
food. Fancy card for your expensive food." That's what
He
it
said for your expensive food?
Yeah. Oh, I added her to my account. She didn't get her own because I wanted
Oh,
her to
okay.
be able to access the lounges.
Oh, hell yeah.
But I know I'm mixing finances here.
Uh-oh.
It's still
It must be love.
she can pay for her own, but if she doesn't, it's on me. Like
Right.
it counts against me. Anyway, I can't believe I did that shit. But the point is, within that, one of the things you get is you get some of your streaming shit covered, up to $20 credit a month. So over the course of a year, that's $240 of free stuff. You just have to max it out. So I have Disney Plus on there. I thinking about adding Sirius when it's all said and done. I can max that out and get $20 free a month. I don't know what Sirius really offers. I listened to the 80s channel and Stern, and that was it on this
Oh, no, you got to listen to First Wave.
on this long drive. Oh, and the Broadway channel.
Yeah, the Broadway channel's okay. First Wave is really good, and so is I like the Spectrum and Lithium.
Yeah, they're good.
Sometimes Lithium gets stupid and plays like, "Oh, you're gonna go my way."
From what I remember, they're good. I used to have Sirius years ago, and
Oh, okay.
in the old Subaru when it was a
Yeah.
separate receiver that you had to put somewhere.
Right.
Anyway, so we're adding up this stuff. The
All right.
point,
I also pay for Amazon Music Unlimited.
yeah, what does that cost?
I think it's like $8 a month.
That's not so bad. These things add up. But what else do you have? Internet. What does your internet cost you?
My internet, I just got lowered. It used to be 80 something, and then it bumped up because I lost some promotion I was in to like 97. And it was only like that for like a month or two. And I just got it lowered to like 50.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they did that for you. Quite often, I would still get the mailers. It's like, if you're a new customer, we're going to give you this great deal. Then you call and say, can I have that deal? No, you can't.
I know. Well, I was online trying to figure out how to lower it and I couldn't. And then one of those chat options came up. I was like, sure, I'll chat with somebody. And I was like, hey, bottom line, I want to pay less and keep everything the same. And they're like, okay, let me look. They're like, actually, we can do this. It's this much and this much. $50 a month. I'm like, okay, we'll do that.
That's pretty good.
I'm just asking for what I want and getting it, bitch.
I know. What a concept, right?
Yeah.
If you threaten to leave sometimes, they'll make you an offer.
Yeah. But I wasn't even trying to play a game. I was just like, yo, this is it. I want this. Can I have that, please?
Okay, so you're not poor, though. You'd like to pretend you're poor and you're struggling.
Yeah. Well, listen, there are times because I did have some debt hanging over me that after
What was the debt?
the debt was, I don't even remember. I mean, like buying clothes
Was it
that
credit
I
card
needed.
debt?
Yeah, it was. I would put it on credit cards.
I remember that. Remember just recently when I told you I got that card and you went, oh, you used to have one of these cards that you paid $250 or $500 a year for.
Oh yeah, I got an Amazon. I mean, I got an Amex
Yeah, the
once
Delta.
that was really awesome. Yeah,
And you went and go to the lounge. You love the lounge.
I loved the lounge.
You go in the lounge and you eat and drink. Were they crowded all the time?
No. Mm-mm.
You were able to find places to sit.
Oh yeah, and there's one on every concourse, especially like in Atlanta. If you go to the international side, it's even better.
What were you paying a year for that?
It wasn't as much as yours. It was only like 400 something, I think.
Which one is that, though? The purple one?
I think it was blue. But they change all the time, So I don't know what it was anymore.
Did you get first class ever? They upgrade you?
No, I never got it ever.
Shit.
I've never been. I got first class on the way home from our honeymoon from Dominican Republic. And that was on like, fucking Spirit Air. It wasn't Spirit, but it was whatever the shitty one is. Southwest,
So
maybe.
the Southwest isn't shitty. They don't have
I
first.
hate Southwest.
They don't have first class, but they're not shitty.
Oh, okay. Well, I was on one that was like when I asked if they had champagne, they were like, "This is Spirit. We don't have champagne."
I mean, I don't
Like,
think
oh, I don't.
Spirit has first class either, but neither
It
do.
wasn't Spirit. I don't know what it was, but it was like a lower
How
tier.
dare you with Southwest being lowered? Look,
I don't
Southwest.
like Southwest.
Why? Because you don't like their strange boarding process.
No, I don't like that.
Well, you get used to it, and it's not that big of a deal.
I'm a Delta bitch.
You know why it's nice to be able to do that? Because all these other airlines these days, you want to pick your seat, okay, that's going to cost you extra money. Oh, you want the middle seat, and still you're going to pay us $40 if you want to pick it in advance. So fuck them. Fuck them and their
know.
baggage fees, and everything's a fucking game and nickel and diming at this point.
Well, Southwest is too.
No. Southwest lists the price. That's
If you
the
want to
price.
pick your seat ahead of time, you have to pay $20.
No, there's no picking your seat. The way it works is
Yes, there is.
No, you check in 24 hours before, and then the order of being that you checked in, where you fall in with everyone else, is where you get your seat assignment, your boarding assignment. It's not even a seat assignment. And then you
Yes.
pick any seat. You can pay $15 to be guaranteed check-in so you don't forget. And then you're going to be in the top. It checks you in early. But to me, $15 is still better than these other things where it's $40 and then bags cost you $30. There's no check bag fees with Southwest. Look, I get what you're saying. I thought they were strange. Wasn't a big fan for a while. But as these other airlines started to drift towards the current model, I became a bigger Southwest fan.
I get it, but maybe it's also like keep away from the riffraff. Charge more. You're flying with a different, upper echelon.
They're not cheap like Spirit or Frontier, where they're offering $12 fares. Yeah. And then those things like charge you for a carry-on, so it's a totally different game.
And have you heard all those stories of flights being canceled and people don't get their money back? Or there was one person that told their story about trying to fly Spirit, and they got a phone call. No, they got an email 2 hours or something before the flight took off that the flight had left. And therefore they missed the flight. And then they weren't being helped because they were listed as that they missed the flight. And so when they got to the airport, there were like 200 people who were trying to get on that flight, who were booked on that flight. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'd stay away from them. They're the
Yeah.
worst. Stay away from them at all costs. So anyway, I'm trying to calculate.
Okay.
But you're not poor, so it doesn't matter. You wanted to talk about debt, so I thought debt was hanging over your head.
No, but I'm
credit
getting
card
out
debt.
of debt.
So where does your debt live? What is your debt? Is it school debt? You still have student loan debt?
Oh yeah, student loans I feel like don't count, but they do.
It does count. That's real, and it'll never be forgiven. You can file for bankruptcy.
I
It doesn't
know.
go away.
I've got like 9,000 left.
Blows my mind. You barely even went to
know.
school.
Huh?
You barely even went to school.
I did? I went to school.
But it was like Georgia State.
Yeah?
What does Georgia State cost these days?
$9,000. No, I think I got in like $12,000, I think. I don't really know.
I went to Georgia State and didn't graduate and still left with $7,000 debt, which I guess isn't bad. It's to me it's disgusting though.
It is. I mean, that whole thing is ridiculous, but
We'll set
I
you
really,
up for success by being crippled with debt, right where we want people in the American system. And while you're on top of it, because you're crippled with debt, putting all your cash towards your student loan payment, open some credit cards and start maxing those out, and then make the minimum payment so we leave you alone, but you pay outrageous interest rates, and you're never gonna get out. You're stuck forever. Welcome.
that's why I got rid of my Amex, was because, I mean, not only was the annual fee so high, and luxurious or whatever, but it was the interest on what I had sitting on that card was like just getting crazy out of hand.
What did you have? 20%, 21%?
I don't
Probably.
know. Probably.
That's just credit card. That's how they get you.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, if you have enough debt, your minimum payment's not even paying anything off. You're still accruing more.
Right.
That's right. And then once you're trapped in all that, then get a house, get a mortgage, and owe even more money. And get a car.
Nowadays, you can't even do that. Like if you're debt to income ratio isn't perfect, you're not going to get you're not going to get a very good loan, or you're going to have to put even more down than, have you, there are houses that are $500,000 that are being sold in LA that are literally burnt out. Like the insides were on fire. Like structurally, I don't even understand how it can be sold.
Well,
But
because
it was
people
sold for
because
over $500,000.
because people are doing
And it
that
was
thing. I want the house. I won't even do an inspection. Okay, great. You won't see that it's burnt out on the inside.
insane.
The,
Housing
the
right now is
market, I don't
ridiculous.
understand why the market is what it is. I'm thinking back to 2008, that crash,
Mm-hmm.
when they were just handing out mortgages and it didn't matter. And I got the 80-20 where it's, you need to put 20% down. Do you have that money? No, I have no money. I have nothing in savings. Oh, okay. Well, we'll take out a 20% mortgage and you'll put that towards the down payment for the main mortgage. And then that'll be
Mm-hmm.
80%. And well, how much you make a year? $38,000 a year. Yeah, okay, that's plenty. Here's $192,500 is what it was. Just take it, my friend.
Yep.
Interest only. You'll never pay the principal, and the balloons in 10 years, and you owe us. Okay, I'll do
Okay.
it. And when we talk about these things, that is predatory lending. It is. It's also on me, and I knew what I was doing. To the extent I was aware of what they were offering me, and I still decided to take it because I had this idea I would sell the house in Atlanta and move to New York. It just so happened that I moved to New York and everything crashed and I couldn't sell the house. And then when I finally did sell it because the balloon was happening with one of the
Oh, it
mortgages,
was looming over your head.
and I couldn't refinance at that point because I was freelancing and my taxes were reflecting low income because I was writing stuff off.
Uh-huh.
And I sold it to a friend and she paid only like $4,000 more than I paid for it. And then it shot through the fucking roof. I know the next year or 2 years later, it's probably worth $500,000 now, but good for her.
Does she still own it?
Yeah, she still lives in it.
Wow.
She's still there.
She's lucky. She's really lucky.
I can't think about it too much. I'll lose my mind.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I
the idea of owning a home, the sort of thing that's sold to you, that that's what you're supposed to be doing. You need to at some point own your own home. And what you're doing when you're renting is just throwing your money away. And maybe part of that argument is true. You are just, quote, throwing your money away. But for me, I don't have the savings to be able to fix things that would happen to my home. Like if I owned a home and did my due diligence, and even in 2 years, if something catastrophic were to happen to like the heating system, the water heater, or the maybe some squirrels got into the attic and like messed up
there's plenty of
something
things.
about,
Appliances.
who knows?
There's a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
appliances. Yeah. I would not have the capital to be able to pay for that. And it would put me at more stress. And a lot of the houses, like the townhomes that I was looking at, for me, I couldn't put anything down. I did not have enough money to put stuff down. My parents were going to give me $10,000 to put down. And that's, houses here are like, the townhouses are 330,000, usually the minimum. And then standalone homes are, 500 something.
And they're
So I
fine.
couldn't.
I know this is the neighborhood you're in is fine. It's nice enough. Like it's not
Oh yeah,
bad,
it's not.
but it's
Yeah.
nothing special about it. It's a typical suburban neighborhood with
Our neighborhood is very attractive. People want to live
there's
here.
trees.
So,
Yeah, there's a trees and a parkway.
well, the parkway is the neighborhood basically.
Yeah,
And
it's fine, but for these prices,
yeah.
I really have no clue what's driving it with the housing market right now. But the demand, pent up demand because of COVID, and people want to get out and make change. I just when you were looking for those houses and you said
Yeah.
I made the offer, no inspection. And I know I
Yeah.
got on you about it, but that is the most, you're talking about not being able to afford things. That's how you get into a house that traps you and falls apart
Absolutely.
around you.
But so I was putting myself at risk because I felt like this is something I needed to do. And I absolutely do not need to do that. I do not need to own a home.
No.
It's okay. I don't need it. It's okay to not have that.
But jumping back, I agree with you. But jumping back, thinking about these owners who allow that. If I were selling a house, and I know
Right.
you want to sell it fast, and I know you prefer cash because you can get the deal done faster. But the truth is, someone's borrowing, they're getting a mortgage. I'm still going to get my money as a seller. So what the fuck do I care? I know that
Yeah.
you want to get the most that you can. You get a bidding war going. But if somebody came in and said, I'm going to offering as incentive for me to pick them, sell the house to them, that they're going to forego the home inspection. And I understand that there could be things wrong with the house that you're not aware of, and the
Right.
home inspection could reveal them. But I would never say, I can't imagine myself saying, unless I knew the house was a piece of shit and I wanted to get away with it. Yeah, good. Okay, let's not do that. I feel as though I say, you
Right.
know what? No, I'll sell it to you. Do the fucking home inspection. What kind of shit bags are saying, yeah, good, let's skip it?
Yeah.
That's where we are. This is the
Yeah.
gross housing market driven by greed.
Well, I'm chilling here in my apartment and I'm fine with it.
What's your rent?
627.
I
1627.
was gonna say 627. Wow,
Yeah. I don't know where I live.
it was like my first apartment when I lived off a Collier. Actually,
Yeah.
that was 800. No, that wasn't 800. 1660 was 814.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what Collier was. There was a deal. I moved in like 2 months. Were like
Uh,
500, and maybe the other ones were six. I don't remember.
and then the year comes up and they're like, okay, 1200.
Well,
Damn it.
that apartment they wanted to switch to condos, and like you can buy your place for
Ew.
$85,000. I was like, I don't want to buy this
Ew.
place, but I could no longer live there, and
It needed to be renovated. If they were trying to, I don't understand how they sold any of those as condos.
They did renovate them.
Oh, okay. So you would have had to have moved out and then they would have renovated. And then
Well,
you
I
would have-
guess no. Probably if I bought it, it would have been as is, and they wouldn't have
Right.
renovated it. So you get screwed if you bought it. I remember I wanted out of my lease though, and the guy he's like, "No, you have to stay." I was like, "I know I can't live here in a few months. So I just want to get out and move now." And he
Yeah.
kept saying no. So then I wrote an email to corporate and lied and said he cursed at me and stuff. And
You did?
yeah, and then then I saw him. He's like, "Why did you do that? I didn't say any of these things." And he had the email printed out. And I said, well, I just want to get out and you won't let me out. He's like, "I didn't say this though, and you're getting me in trouble." And I forget what I said. He's like, "You know what? Just get the hell out of here. I don't want you. You can break the lease." So
Wow.
it worked in the end.
How did you feel in that moment? Did you? I would
Bad.
have been so scared and shaken,
No, I felt bad, but then I like dug in and became
Right.
more of an asshole about it, which I'm not proud of, but that's the way it went.
Yeah.
So
Now you were kind of that person that was not accepting the person's bid who didn't take the inspection
why?
because it's like, well, I needed to get out.
Well, that's a different thing. I'm a renter, and they're either you buy or you leave. And when you know you have to leave in 4 months, you might just want to leave then. Just want
Yeah.
to get it over with. I don't want that hanging over my head.
Yeah, why not just let you leave when in a time of transition like that? I'd be like, all right, like this isn't normal times. I'll let you out. Like that guy was kind of being a dick.
Yeah, I think they want to get as much money as they can still. And like I did sign a lease, so legally.
Yeah, legally, but like I said, he knows that it's a time of transition. This isn't just a normal, undisturbed 12 months that you're trying to deal with. It's 4 months before before people are going to start making you buy it or leave. So just let you leave.
Yeah. Agreed. Anyway, back to your finances. You don't really have debt. Do you have medical debt of any sort?
No, but I had credit card. Like I had
What was it? What was the worst at its highest?
oh, well, this was a couple years ago.
Don't be
but
embarrassed.
My Amex.
Even though people are embarrassed, it's one of the things that I was reading about debt in America,
Yeah.
that people are embarrassed that they have debt because we've been told you're irresponsible, even though everything, again, the whole system pushes you to have debt. And then when you have debt, feel ashamed, you fucking loser. Anyway,
Yeah.
How much did you have? You blame the Amex. It wasn't your spending. It was that damn Amex.
Oh no, it was me. Like I was doing it, but I think it was like 10,000,
I mean, okay.
something like that.
That's a lot. I'm the kind of person who gets to $500 on a credit card and I'm feeling stressed about it. I don't want it.
And then Travis also had his, and so we put those together because the
Yeah.
payments that we were making were, whatever. So we put them together on a debt consolidation loan.
Happy marriage. Let's combine our debts so we're both
Yep.
responsible now.
And we still have it. We're still paying it off together. So that every month is $267.
What'd you say your sorry, now it slipped my mind. Not your rent, because we talked about your rent.
Old Navy? My Old Navy credit card?
No, your student loans, but you can give me a monthly thing.
$9,000. I pay $100 a month.
100 a month.
110.
Okay, that's important.
Yep.
You have renter's insurance? You don't have renter's insurance, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's part of my regular. There's joint costs that I put into me and Travis's joint account, like cell phone and the kids' college fund and stuff, and that's $177.
177. And you want to get this dog. What kind of dog? Is it purebred? You're going to pay $1,000 for it?
No, I'm willing to pay.
Then it's food.
I'm willing to pay like $500 at the most.
Okay.
I also still pay for Pete's childcare.
What is that?
That's $520 a month.
For your
for
part.
my side of it. So Travis's side is $520 a month too, but my side's only $520.
And then what's your electricity?
Oh, that stays the same because I do the thing where it's always the same.
What is it?
I forget.
It's 1550 plus 23 plus 13 plus you don't remember what electric costs.
I'll look at it. I'm looking at it right now.
It's the same. Anyway, your costs right now are over $3,000 a month.
Is that a lot?
I don't, but what do you make? I know you don't really talk about that.
Let's see.
I don't even know why we're exploring this. It's a very strange topic. And we're just like balancing the budget for you.
Yeah, I make like $1,200 more than that.
And that's with your, and is that after taxes?
Yeah.
Okay, and then that's with your endorsement?
Yeah.
You got to get more endorsements. That's really what.
Tell me about it. People are really liking my live reads.
Well, good. They're good.
Have you heard them?
Yeah, I heard them. I introduced one the other day. Remember?
Oh, that's right. I forgot you were there. Did you like it? Was it okay?
Yeah, I said it was a good live read.
Thanks.
It was maybe that'll help you get more. Maybe people will like this. And
I hope so.
then you can start getting rich off of the #1 rated show. Instead of
I got my veins treated at Veins Plus Atlanta.
good luck. You have to pry that one away from her when she's dead. I don't think you're gonna get it. Okay, so look, you're fine. I know that
I'm saving $100 every paycheck, so $200 a month. I'm saving.
Okay.
Maybe that's not enough, but
You're supposed to try to save at least 10%. And then do you put anything away in a 401k or any kind of retirement?
I don't contribute. It comes out of my paycheck. It just does it. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, but something's coming out, you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, so there's some money coming out there. Look, it's very difficult these days to get your finances in order.
But my stuff, like I was, I would get clothes for myself, which is not like I'm shopping crazy, but I'm going to Old Navy and I'm getting a new pair of jeans because I don't fit in my goddamn jeans anymore. Do you know what I mean? I'm not just like willy-nilly shopping. I need some clothes that fit. I'm also getting clothes for the kids. I will sometimes go to Target and do something stupid. I bought that egg chair, but it brings me so much pleasure.
It's important, I know, to buy things that you want.
Yeah, so I do splurge a little bit. And I order. Yeah.
Well, apparently we're at the point where, it's turned in terms of credit card debt. For whatever reason, millennials don't have much credit card debt. I think there's so much student loan debt, though.
Oh, they don't have credit card debt?
Uh,
Millennial? I feel like they do.
no, compare. I mean, everyone's got credit card debt. So
Mhm.
uh, just in percentages, though, it's still over 50%. But like 50, what was I reading? Like 57% of millennials carry credit card debt, or compared to 69% of Gen Xers and 66% of baby
Huh.
boomers. So there's still, most people do. They carry less, surprisingly, for being a group of people who I would assume would want to buy things, be a little bit
Yeah.
materialistic. But, apparently not. Apparently, some of these other generations are the ones buying things a little more haphazardly.
Yeah. I mean, there are times, especially when I was way more in debt, it really just felt like, fuck it.
Well, I
I'm
think
already in
some
debt.
people get to that point where, yeah, it doesn't mean anything anymore. It's like, I'm already fucked. I don't know any way out of this. I could file for bankruptcy and have that follow me around for 10 years. Or I'll just keep drowning in this. Medical debt is a big thing, which
Mm,
here's, so I don't like, I hate having debt.
horrible.
I hate having debt. Obviously at times have had debt when you take out a mortgage, or even now on my car, uh, loan. But I guess those are viewed as more favorable. It's still debt.
They're
But
like living debt, it's like it isn't debt that you didn't necessarily need.
yeah. But anytime
Right.
I owe money, though, I hate owing people money. I hate owing institutions money. I will pay it so I don't have to worry about it. It's not a stress that weighs on me. But when it comes to medical debt, I get a medical bill in the mail and I say, fuck this. Fuck you. How
Me
dare you
too.
send this to
Me
me? Because
too.
I feel as though it's so opaque, the whole process,
Right.
where I have insurance. I've paid some kind of money. If I haven't met my deductible, I'm paying that. There's a copay. And then when you get a bill that comes and it says, no, you still owe us $580. Like, no, I don't. And I've, as low as like $30, I ignore it.
I
And
ignored one that was $20 for so long that it went into collections and then I immediately paid it. I
I'm
was like, shit.
surprised. I'm surprised I went into collections because I mean I know that it can, and it's also state to state. Some
Uh-huh.
states it can't even go into collections, but collections buys it for like cents on the dollar at that point.
Right.
So you could have offered them even less.
Oh, I should have.
And I will admit that if
Oh,
it,
you know what though? I didn't pay the debt person. I paid the original people that I was supposed to pay.
but then collections went away because at that point
I
they
haven't
owned
got
it.
anything yet.
Well, at that point they own the debt. So unless they were framing it to look like it was collections,
Well, maybe.
which sometimes they
I mean, it's
send you.
pretty stupid for $20. It's stupid that I didn't pay it, and then it's stupid that
No,
they would just
there's
be like, "Ugh,
principle
forget it."
there. There's a principle of the matter. It's not stupid that you didn't pay it. This thing should be transparent. The healthcare is so, again,
Yeah.
opaque that you don't know what you're getting into, that I feel as though it's fair. And if it ever did go to collections for me, I know that that would scare me because I want to protect my precious credit score.
Well, you do have a really high credit score.
Yeah, I don't know what it sits at these days. It's over 800.
Mine just got to
Yeah,
800.
that's good. So you're at 800. I
Mhm.
don't I don't know. At one point I was 5 points away from the mythical 850, but it's all
Whoa.
arbitrary. Who knows how the fuck I even got there. But with the medical debt, yeah, like you're talking about this $20 bill or this $30 bill. At some point it goes on for years and they've spent more in postage than they would actually get back from you. And they
True.
don't they don't seem to recognize that because there's just some machine spitting it out and
Yeah.
then it's being sent. But I've successfully ignored at least 7 medical bills. They just go away at some point because they do
Really?
cancel. And again, this is another state by state thing, but they can
Uh-huh.
cancel. They do cancel. And I've been lucky enough where nothing has ever gone to collections and I just keep ignoring it and it keeps showing up. Right now, the one does show up. It's like $580 because I went to the dermatologist and I paid and the insurance was supposed to pay. And they said, no, 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 now it's going to be a little more.
And it's always some bullshit that, like, if you call your insurance, then they'll say, "Oh, the person, whoever the claims adjuster, whoever they maybe they coded it wrong, or they always put it back on you. Like, you need to get in touch with so and so and ask them this. And then you do that and they'll say, "Oh, it looks like your insurance said your insurance rejected it. So I don't know what to tell you." You're like, "I don't know what the fuck. I'm just stuck in the middle of both of you."
Yeah, that's what they want you to do. Because if the insurance also, and I know that they'll negotiate medical debt with you, but that's all insurance ever does. The hospitals list something, Tylenol, for $10,000, and then the insurance comes and says, "No, we'll pay you two." And they say, "Great, fine, we're still getting $2,000. But if you tried to do the same thing, and I know they will negotiate, but it's harder. They give you more shit. Like, no, this is what you owe. We can get you on a payment plan for that.
Horrible.
It is. So fuck them. And then I don't know what
I also had IRS debt from like 2014 that we just paid off.
Well,
and I want to shout out to my parents for giving me money to help pay. Like, they gave me money and I paid off my car.
already.
So I don't have a car note. Yeah.
Your new car.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
It wasn't that.
Unbelievable.
They gave me a lot of money. They were amazing.
That's nice of them.
I know. This is the privilege part of my life where I'm an only child, and my parents they say that they'll just give me the money now instead of wait until we're dead.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, "Thank you."
I have a friend whose parents did that. They said, "Here, take the money. We want you to have your inheritance before we die." And he bought a house.
That's nice.
And he lives in the house. And it's in Richmond, Virginia, but apparently in a neighborhood where it's worth a lot now. So good for him. I'm jealous as fuck. Jealous as fuck. Okay, so but the point of this show is you're not even in a dire situation. Everything's fine.
I'm not. It really was, though, with a lot of that stuff hanging over my head. Like I said, trying to pay off these cards, and I really would end up with, like, if I decided to do the best I could on the necessities, and then, like I said, everything else that I was trying to pay off, by paying like $300 on the card, something like that, I would end up, with $150 for 2 weeks. And that includes like needing gas. I don't need a ton of gas because I don't go very far. I live in a smaller area, suburb, but getting groceries with the kids.
No, having kids, it's different. I could live off of $200 for 2 weeks because it was just me. But having kids definitely changes the game. So look, you're in a good spot except for retirement. But who's not in a bad spot with retirement? Because
I have a Vanguard account, and
I know this. I'm just talking in general. It's like, unless you're putting a lot of money towards it, like, you used to get pensions, you used to get
that's true. Yeah,
the salary rest of your life. You'll get some Social Security still at this point, but you're 40. You are 40, and maybe in 20 years you're supposed to retire. It's like, yeah, right.
Honestly, I don't want to retire.
That ain't happening.
I'll work somewhere.
Okay. Well, you continue to work. Hopefully just the radio show, finally something happens and there's riches for everyone.
I hope so. That would be really nice.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I know that we talk about how, like, I don't make enough money, for the show or whatever. But I mean, I make okay money.
For working 15 hours a week you do, but that's not relative.
Right.
Compared to radio and top-rated shows, and so then you can say that you don't make enough, and that's fair. You can look at it. I don't make
enough compared to other people in our field making.
Well, it's tough because plenty of people on radio get less than you, much less.
Oh yeah, but the people that are in the same position or maybe just lower than ours for our show are still sometimes getting paid more.
Yeah. If you're on a talk show driven, wholly by talent, by that I mean not music, and it's number one rated, there should be more, but whatever. Yeah. Good luck.
How are your finances?
I don't know. They're fine.
You rich.
I'm not, and I haven't been very good at saving. Like I mean, for the longest time, I just lived off of very little money.
Yeah.
I moved to New York, and I wasn't in the pursuit of money, and I never accrued debt, which was nice. But, I was living off of $40,000 a year, which probably isn't really much below the national average. But
right, but in New York, that's nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't much, and I just kind of did my thing, and finally got to the point where I could save, and we'll see. Like, I'm very far behind compared to where you're supposed to be.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because we do have a little bit of the luxury of time, not as much as we used to, but I don't know where you're supposed to be.
Nah, if you look at these, you look it up, you're supposed to be somewhere according to these.
I don't give a shit
people.
about where anyone's supposed to be. And also, like, retiring. I there are people that, you know, it'd be nice for them to retire, right? And go and sail off to the sun in the sunset. But those people also had the types of jobs, like you said, that got pensions and retirement, whatever. And we're not going to have that. So even now, there would be no way for me to like retire and then just go live in Fiji. Can't do that.
You really took it to the extreme there, moving to Fiji.
Well, all right. Even to
not everyone when they retire needs to move to some exotic place. People just want to like live where they live currently and not have to struggle.
Okay, but I don't want to. I feel like you would still struggle because now all of a sudden you're worried about, you know, your Social Security payment being so much and like, can I live on it? You know, my mortgage needs to be lower than my Social Security because like all of that seems stressful. I'd rather just continue to work. And I'm not working on the roof of a house in Arizona in the summer. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you're going to get old though, and ageism's going to come into play. Sorry, it is. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
There's going to be other things to deal with. But it shouldn't be such a stress. We're at the point where
maybe not anymore. Maybe with the, you know, Gen Alpha by the time we retire and Gen Alpha is, in the job market and the job place, maybe they would just be like, oh, cool. Okay, whatever.
No, that's a different discussion for a different time.
Yeah. Anyway, don't get into debt. Just don't.
That's the moral of the episode. Just don't get into debt, okay? Thank you for listening to this episode of One Topic.
I know. What's that guy that tells you how to save? Dave Ramsey. Consult a Dave Ramsey book. I'm thinking of doing that. Do you know his thing about like taking out cash and dividing it in an envelope into different things so that's the budget, like that's the cash, and like you bring cash to the grocery store and you can only spend that because that's your budget.
Great, except for so many places are not going to be taking cash in the future, but nice idea.
Well, I just think it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
And you do feel it more when you spend cash instead of card.
This is true. Yeah. Definitely do.
Anyway.
Get to the gym.
All right, I gotta go. Thank you, everybody. Don't get into debt. And you can not get into debt if you go to hoffandpepper.com and use our code OneTopic15. Oh, I tried their spicy ketchup. It's so good. It's like sweet,
delicious.
But also really spicy.
Chef's
I'm telling you, it was really good.
Yeah, spicy ketchup. I'm
so
sure.
Go get it.
I'm sure it's good.
OneTopic15 and hoffandpepper.com. Thanks. Okay, bye.